Hey Jackie, Auntie, Jackie, you ready? When the clouds roll.
Here's a friendly reminder. Most things that we desire in life, it does require work. W, a willingness to do what it takes. O, being obedient to all of the things that are required. R, having resilience as we navigate the different seasons and times and spaces. K, always remembering to give ourselves kindness, being gracious and kind to ourselves as we're on this journey of doing the work. Are you willing to do the work? How often in life we desire so many things. We desire to be successful. Sometimes we desire to, make shifts in our career. Sometimes we desire to have healthy relationships, healthy marriages, healthy interactions within our families. We desire to improve our financial situations. We desire to get out of debt. We desire to begin to maintain a healthy lifestyle. There are so many things that we often desire, but the question again is, are we willing to do the work? There are many things that we do desire in life, and the reality is that there is some work that is required. I'm reminded of a scripture that tells us that faith without works is dead. So it lets us know that we have to do some things. Yes, we need our faith, and our faith is what helps us and empowers us and equips us to do the work. So I want to take a moment just to encourage you and remind you that as you're strategizing, as you're making changes in your life, as you're desiring to have a shift in your life, as you're setting goals and all of these things, just remember that it does require work. Now, we don't want to make this tedious and we don't want to make it heavy or be overwhelmed with it. It can start by just doing some simple things. One thing that you can do and that we can do to move us closer to whatever that thing is that we're desiring. If it's our mindset, if it's getting up in the morning and speaking positive things and affirmations over our life, that's the first start. If you desire to make career changes and shift, if it means sitting back and assessing where you are and where you want to be, that's a good start. If it's desiring to live a healthy lifestyle and you're starting out with the foods that you take in, how you entertain yourself, what are you feeding in your mind? What are you taking in? What are you listening to? That's the first step. Being aware and being conscious of these things. They all are good things and they help move us to living the life that we desire. And it helps us to be able to accomplish the dreams and the goals that we have in our life. Each evening, celebrate gratitude. Are you willing to do the work? Are we willing to be grateful for the things that have already transpired in our life? Are we willing to be grateful for the lessons that we've learned? Are we willing to be grateful for the things that we already have and not focus on so much of what we want to have? Are we willing to be appreciative of life itself? Are we willing to be grateful for that we're able to get up? We're able to communicate. We're able to speak. We're able to hear. We're able to take care of ourselves. We're able to dress ourselves without any supports. There are so many things that we can be grateful and appreciative of in our life. Another thing that will help us is being willing to be kind to ourselves. Yes, it is a process. Yes, it is a journey. But we want to be able to be kind to ourselves and give ourselves grace. There's some days we get it and we're on point, and there's some days we might miss the mark a little bit. And it's okay because each day is an opportunity for a brand new beginning. It's all a part of doing the work. I've heard someone say that, when we do anything in excess, sometimes that can maybe cause more harm than good. So we want to be able to have some I hate the word balance, but we're going to use the word balance. We want to be able to make sure that we're kind of touching all of these points. We want to make sure as we're doing the work, we're being grateful. As we're doing the work, we're applying self discovery. As we're doing the work, we're asking those tough questions. As we're doing the work, we're celebrating. As we're doing the work, we're appreciating. So I believe that as we combine all of these elements into our lives, it can cause our life to be so much richer. It can cause us to help live a more healthy and balanced life. It can help us to be happier, fulfilled. It can help us again to live like bold, fulfilled, and free as we begin to look at and accept all of the various things about us, as we begin to be open and walking into who we are, be transparent in who we are, be willing to say no when it's necessary, be willing to say yes to the things that we are saying no to, and be willing to say no to some of the things that we're saying yes to. So I'm hoping that some of these things help us. And believe me, as I am sharing this to you, it is boomeranging right back to me. And I want us all to be encouraged to know that we can accomplish, we can do, we can be, and we can have many things in life that we desire. But again, the question is, are you willing to do the work? Having accountability partners, having support, having people in our lives to encourage us. Are we willing to do the work? Are we willing to take time to rest? Are we willing to take time to just breathe? Are we willing to take time just for ourselves and whatever that looks like for you? Are we willing to take time to ensure that we are touching places how we are emotionally? We're looking and touching places of how we are physically, touching and seeing where we are financially. All of the various areas in our lives, as we touch them, whatever routine and whatever method that works for you, as we're touching each of those areas, it helps us to be able to do the work. It helps us to be able to live the life that we dreamed of and we desire. It's possible, it's within reach. Again, the key is, are we willing to do the work? And I believe that you are. I believe that we desire these things. I believe no one wants to sit back and say, I want to have a miserable life. No one is sitting back saying, I don't want to be successful. No one is sitting back saying, I don't want to accomplish these things. But a key, again, is as we do the work, as we apply, allow time, as we trust the process, as we trust the journey, as we just appreciate the very moment that we're in right now, as we're doing the work for right now, for today, not focusing on tomorrow, not focusing on next year, but each day as we do the work, we're going to look up and we're going to land just where we desired. The other key is recognizing that we can't do this work by ourselves. We need help. We need support. We need somebody that's bigger than you and I to even help us, to equip us to the things that we should desire. Because some things we desire are not always good for us. Some things that we desire are not always going to land us where we desire to be. So that's where we need help and support and encouragement to be able to desire the things that are going to be beneficial for us, to desire the things that is going to help us to land and be the person that we desire to be. So I'm going to end where I started. Are you willing to do the work?